Passages, an upper-level multi-skills course by Jack C. Richards and Chuck Sandy. This class audio program contains recordings that correspond to Level 1 Student's Book, published by Cambridge University Press. This recording is copyrighted. CD 2, Unit 7, Telling the News. Lesson A, page 58. 2. How did it all end? Listen to 2 entire stories from Exercise A. What happened in each situation?
You see, my mother had this ring. It was kind of old. It had been given to her by her mother, my grandmother. It had been in our family for years. Anyway, my mother asked me to take it to the jeweler's to get it repaired. She told me to be very careful with it. Later that day, I dropped the ring off at the jeweler's and ran off to do the rest of my errands. It was a busy day, and I was feeling really crazy. I had to get back to the jeweler's before they closed at 5 p.m. and pick up the ring. I got to the jeweler's at about 4:45, paid for the ring, and raced home. It was getting pretty late. But when I went to give my mother the ring, the worst thing happened. I couldn't find it. I checked all my pockets, but all I found was the receipt. The ring wasn't there. I looked everywhere. You can imagine how panicked I felt. Up until then, I had never lost anything important. I didn't know what to do. Just then, the phone rang. It was the jeweler's. They were calling to say I had run out of the store in such a hurry that I'd forgotten to take the ring. They still had the ring at their store. So the ring wasn't lost after all. What a relief.
I had this big meeting at work that day. Really important. I left my home to go to work at the normal time. I always take the subway to work. On this morning, the train was especially crowded, and I could barely squeeze onto it. I got on just as the doors closed. Well, after a couple of minutes, I realized that my skirt had been caught in the subway doors. I couldn't pull it out. A man standing next to me tried to help me, but we still couldn't get it. By this time, I was so embarrassed. Other people were staring at me, and my skirt was really stuck. Well, wouldn't you know it, the doors to the subway opened on the other side for the next 6 or 7 stations. I had to miss my stop. I just stood there with my skirt stuck in the door, unable to move. Finally, the doors opened on my side. I was able to leave the train. Now I was really late. As soon as I arrived at work, my boss asked to speak to me. I knew he would never believe why I was late. I felt so stupid. Of course, later, we all laughed about it.